Hi guys, what's up? I'm Mary Richardson, rapid transformational therapy practitioner. I'm sorry for the dog, he's a squirrel. In this video, I want to talk about you and anxiety and what you may not know about anxiety. Anxiety is a belief, it is a behavior. It starts in the mind, and we can either take it in one direction or another direction. And over time, it becomes a habit, a routine. What I'm talking about is our thought patterns become habit and routine. For instance, if you have reoccurring thoughts, regurgitating thoughts, thought loops, sorry for the dog, thought loops, etc. Those reoccurring thoughts, they're really just worries. And what you may not know is that those worries are trying to get your attention because they're feelings and they're trying to make it help you stay safe from something. Maybe something happened in your past that now you're afraid to go out after dark, or you're afraid to, whatever it is, you might find that these thought patterns keep coming up throughout the day. And it can help to get control over those thoughts and change it to something positive. And there are different techniques you can do in the moment, because we know if we let those what if thoughts go on, they become a loop and we get tied into them, sucked into them, and our anxiety elevates. So the fight, flight, or freeze mechanism becomes even more heightened. And if you already have anxiety from the past or fear of the future, it might be because of those negative thought patterns that you've continued to let in. But it's not enough to just try and change those to positive thoughts. Really, what we need to do is to get control of the anxiety, almost like a dog on a leash where that is just, the leash is 100 miles long and the dog is just running. There's no way to rein the dog in until you catch up, grab the leash, rein the dog in, and get control of the dog. So that's a little bit like our thoughts. But anxiety is kind of the same way, like a runaway dog that just goes crazy if you let it. But if you are always managing it and working on it, it can get better and better in a very short period of time. The program that I have is 4 to 6 weeks. There are activities that we do, but it's customized 100% to you, because not one anxiety busting method works best for everybody. You're an individual, and your program should be totally customized for you. And that's the difference. You can watch videos, you can do meditations, and so on, but I teach you self-hypnosis so that at any time you can bring down your anxiety on your own without coming back for session after session after session, because who wants to do that? Who has time to do that? And getting that really empowering, because you then are in control of the anxiety. But this is only for people who really want to put in the work, you must deal with anxiety every single day, take steps every single day to overcome the anxiety. And that's really the key, because it's not just, for some people medication helps, for some people self-hypnosis works, but one thing doesn't often work all the time. It can help and it can form a foundation, but it's not always the thing that's going to work every time. And that's why people get frustrated by anxiety, because if you have panic attacks, obsessive compulsive disorder, fears, phobias, generalized anxiety disorder, panic attacks, it's often not one thing that will work every single time. So what we do is we customize for you a program that will work. And you might want to consider as well, just off the top of my head, some things that might help you. Look at your diet. How much caffeine are you consuming? And, coffee, soda, how much sugar, how much artificial sweetener, Our diet plays a huge role in anxiety, or can play a huge role in anxiety. Are you a smoker? What kind of stimulants are you putting in your body? Because if you're already on guard with the fight, flight, or freeze mechanism, and you're trying to get it into control, filling yourself with more stimulants, caffeine, sugar, etc., often works against all the good things that you're doing. So you might be working out, but then do you go smoke a couple hours later? Or you work out, but then you go have cheesecake, or, it's the sugar that can change our moods. It can elevate things that we don't want elevated, right? And caffeine, of course. So if I said you could get control of your anxiety if you cut out the caffeine, would you be willing to do it for 2 weeks? Would you be willing? Is your anxiety that bad and out of control that you would be willing to work with it to figure out what works for you? And once you go through that process and you realize you're getting relief, you're getting control over your anxiety, your relationships are better, your job is better, you're not looking to alcohol or smoking or sugar for comfort. It's not that I'm trying to make anybody into a robot. I'm not. I'm just trying to help you get the relief that you need, especially as you go through heightened anxiety, where you have dreams and goals, but you're just not getting to it because the anxiety comes in, the self-sabotage, the procrastination, the fear of leaving the house becomes bigger and bigger and bigger. Well, here's what we know about anxiety. If you try to ignore it, deny it, push it down, run from it, it doesn't usually get better. It usually gets much, much worse. It ratchets up till it gets your full attention. So if you're tired of the panic attacks out of nowhere, tired of trying to sleep, but you can't sleep because of insomnia or because of the panic attacks, if you're tired of being at the ER with what you feel is just anxiety, or you've been diagnosed with anxiety, even though you've been checked out and you're perfectly healthy, but this anxiety seems to be controlling your life. If you are in a place where you are so done with that and you're willing to take steps to move forward, drop a comment, add a question. I will answer those in videos. If you have anxiety from a past narcissistic relationship, this is especially for you, because we can't just say, oh, let the past go. Well, that's easier said than done. Healing is a lot more intense than that, but it doesn't have to take years or even months. In as little as 6 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks, you may see a significant difference in where you are now to where you want to be. And that's my next question. What do you want instead of the anxiety? Do you want peace? Do you want to be able to move forward without the procrastination, the self-sabotage, the OCD, the depersonalization, derealization? Those are very real effects of strong anxiety. And with DPDR, depersonalization, derealization, it can feel like you've had an episode where you're not going crazy. You're obviously not schizophrenic. And God bless those people who do have those issues, but they're usually working with a psychiatrist and so on. Maybe you have counseling, but you can't explain these periods of time where you feel like you're outside your body, or that your emotions are completely numb, where you're in control of your mind, of your actions, of in control of your body. You know what reality is, but you just feel numb, where you don't know, like, why can't I feel this? Why can't I know what I'm feeling? Why can't I feel my feelings? That may be depersonalization, and it's very scary. Although most people have had this experience, we often don't talk about it because we're afraid that we are going crazy, or we're afraid that it might be something really serious. So it can come and go, but it can also get worse where it becomes a habit, a way of dealing with everyone, every situation, where you simply are like padded in foam almost, where you feel like you're just numb. If you bump into the wall, you don't feel it. If someone tells a joke, you don't really feel that hearty laughter. You don't feel the good things and you don't feel the bad things either, where you're just numb. So that can be a really detrimental part of high anxiety. And the key is to get control of the anxiety. So if you're interested, the first step is a strategy call or consultation with me. It's free. It's about 15 minutes just to see if you're a good fit for what I do, if I can be absolutely sure that I can help you. And it just takes that amount of time to hear what you're going through. So if you're interested, say yes in the comments. I'll get out with a link. You can schedule that consultation or that strategy call with me. God bless you. I hope you're doing well today, though. I hope this video helps you understand a little bit more about anxiety and what you can do about it. Check out my other videos. I have things about videos on anxiety, what you can do in the moment when you're having a panic attack, in the moment when you have high anxiety as well. And then the longer solution is to work with a professional. You know, you can watch YouTube videos, you can do stuff on your own, but at the end of the day, when those things don't work, and if you're probably watching this, you've probably already tried some of those things, and if you're still having anxiety, the next step is to work with a specialist like myself, an anxiety expert that can help you get control of it, not just manage it, but really crush it down to control, where you're in control of it, rather anxiety in control of you and running your life. So I wish you well. I'll see you on the next video. I'm Mary Kay Richardson, Rapid Transformational Therapy Practitioner. I help people overcome their strong anxiety in as little as 4 to 6 weeks. Bye for right now.